Hey, what's going on, guys? We're here at Kings Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. We're here to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Rapterra. So we have that as well as some behind-the-scenes exclusive things that you want to stick around for. So are you ready? I know I am. Let's go.
Following the early success of Kings Island in Ohio, Taft Broadcasting looked to expand that winning theme park concept into the Mid-Atlantic. Doswell, Virginia was chosen as the site of a sister park, carrying over familiar elements like International Street, the Eiffel Tower, Hanna-Barbera characters, and a signature racing wooden coaster. Kings Dominion officially opened on May 3, 1975, and over the decades built a reputation for pushing the limits of coaster design. That included Volcano, the Blast Coaster, the world's first launch inverted coaster, along with major standouts like Dominator, Intimidator 305, Twisted Timbers, and today, Rapterra. More than 50 years later, Kings Dominion remains one of the Mid-Atlantic's signature thrill parks, blending its classic roots with generations of record-breaking attractions.
All right, we're here at Kings Dominion to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of this beast right here, Rapterra.
Opening in 2025 and built by Bolliger and Mobiar, or B&M, Rapterra currently holds the record of the tallest and longest launch wing coaster in the world, launching riders from 0 to 65 miles per hour in 4 seconds into a 145-foot wing overturn before dropping into a dive loop along 3,086 feet of track. And if you're wondering, yes, Rapterra does feature the iconic B&M rattle.
Since he knows the number, he can look it up anyway. That's what he asked me. Level on.
Got an exclusive for you guys as we make our way over to Flight of Fear.
Flight of Fear, here at Kings Dominion and Kings Island, built by Premier Rides, opened in June of 1996 and set the world record for being the coasters with the fastest acceleration, as they were the first linear induction motor or LIM launch coasters. Flight of Fear shoots riders from 0 to 54 miles per hour in 4 seconds through 4 inversions along 2,705 feet of track. Additionally, this coaster shares the same layout as Joker's Jinx at the closed Six Flags America, just under 100 miles north of the park. For today's visit, we were given a special treat of riding Flight of Fear with the lights on.
Y'all are supposed to be enthusiasts, and I get one yes to are you ready? I mean, what are we doing, guys? Come on.
right, this monstrosity behind me is Pantherian. Unfortunately, there will not be a POV for this. There are 3 roller coasters in this world that I refuse to ride. Pantherian is one of them. I rode it once, and that is it. This is definitely a one and done in a lifetime roller coaster. But here are the stats for this ride. Built by Intamin, Pantherian opened as Intimidator 305 and was themed after the late Dale Earnhardt Jr. in April of 2010. After the first year, the turn after the first drop had to be redesigned and extended due to the amount of gray and blackouts riders experienced because of the G-forces the coaster imposed on riders. With a height of 305 feet, drop of 300 feet at 85 degrees, and top speed of 90 miles per hour, this was the second Giga coaster built in the United States following Millennium Force at Cedar Point. Due to expiring licensing agreements, the coaster was renamed Project 305 in 2024 and rethemed and renamed Pantherian in 2025 to coincide with the new Jungle Expedition theming. We have another exclusive behind the scenes tour behind Pantherian.
People walking around.
Alright, so we're continuing with our behind the scenes tour here at King's Dominion. We just looked at Pantherian. We're here at Racer 75 with the footing here. Here's a paint job. But you can see they have retract a portion of it and also replaced quite a bit of wood, as you can see the non-painted parts of it. But look at it, it's really cool to be under Racer 75. After our behind the scenes tour of Pantherian and Racer 75, I made my way over to Tumbili to find it stuck with riders on the lift hill.
Everyone on the current train. Please make sure your seats are not disabled.
Unfortunately, Tumbili would not reopen for the remainder of the day due to technical difficulties. Opened in 2022 by S&S Sandside Technologies, Tumbili is a new generation fourth dimension coaster that free spins riders at 34 miles per hour along 770 feet of track in vertical drops. So if you ever wanted to know what clothes in a dryer felt like, here's your closest reference to it.
And behind me, it's a special one because it's the only operating bobsled coaster in the United States. Here are some additional stats about this ride.
Correction, Rapterra is the only Mack Rides bobsled coaster currently operating in the world. Opening in 1988, this bobsled coaster moved riders at 41 miles per hour along chutes or half pipes without any fixed tracks, allowing the bobsleds to move freely, thus creating a unique ride experience every time based on the weight of the riders on the coaster.
Hold on tight and don't let the crocodile bite.
Backlot stunt coaster. Pretty good compact ride. Here are the stats for it.
Backlot Stunt Coaster, originally called Italian Job Turbo Coaster, is one of 3 identical launch coasters built by Premier Rides, which opened in May of 2006. It launches riders via linear induction motors, or LIM, from 0 to 40 miles per hour in 3 seconds. After Cedar Fair purchased the park from Paramount, the ride was renamed to Backlot Stunt Coaster.
Oh, it's a baby. Oh, this one ain't nothing. Oh, you alright, bring him. There ain't nothing, Roto. Oh, little baby. The new Scooby-Doo, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, this one ain't good. Have you been on the timber one yet?
Yep.
I didn't know it was gonna do that. Oh, here. I think they tricked us. I was at the end. I was at the end of that thing.
All right, so I have an exclusive Riding with Shaw interview with 2 park employees. Snoopy, my man, how you doing? It's been a while. Tell me, how is it working for Kings Dominion? How do you enjoy working here? Oh, I'm sorry, you're eating your cookie. I apologize. He's eating his cookie. Let's not bother him while he's eating his cookie. We'll come back to him. But you tell me, how is it working for Kings Dominion? No. Well, clearly they're both on lunch, so we're gonna let them finish their lunch, and then we'll come back and reconvene with this interview.
All right, it's time for a behind the scenes tour of Twisted Timbers and Grizzly.
Welcome, minus to the carousel. For you guys, in case you please remain seated at all times. Reference to a forward, closely to the board, safety forward at all times. There is nothing you're drinking while on the ride. Sit up straight forward on tight and enjoy your sit on the 14. Goodbye. Yeehaw!
They're backstage or behind the scenes of Grizzly. You can actually touch it. So this is the old hypersonic XLC structure. It's cool that they still have it partially standing. After the tour, I made my way over to the Candy Apple Grove section of the park, themed in the 1950s, where I caught a ride on Racer 75. Opening in 1975 as Rebel Yell, the name was changed to Racer 75 in 2018. Built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, Racer 75 features an out-and-back racing layout with the two individual tracks mirroring each other and designed similarly like the Racer at its sister park, Kings Island. Both sides have a height of 85 feet, speed of 56 miles per hour, and at one point, trains face backwards for several seasons. Apple's Apple, originally opened as Ricochet, is a steel roll mouse built by Mack Rides in 2002. It sends riders at speeds of 35 miles per hour through some drops and twisty hairpin turns.
Just sit upright, hold on tight, and ensure you're right on the up.
Twisted Timbers, built by Rocky Mountain Construction, is an I-Box model triple out and back hybrid coaster that opened in 2018, replacing the Hurler. It has a top speed of 54 miles per hour, drop 109 feet, and 3 inversions to include the barrel roll drop.
Here, don't be too twisted timbers.
All right, so I waited for my interview to be over with after they had lunch, and this is where I come back to. Lounging on the job. Oh, just spitting that water at me. Clearly he enjoys working here at Kings Dominion, but couldn't be bothered to finish the interview with me. All right, that's the Riding with Show interview. All right, so not exactly sure what's going on here. Other side of the, we got security coming over as well. You can hear in the PA system one of the operators yelling, "Hey, stop the lift, stop the lift." I'm trying to get closer, and here I am trying to figure out what's going on. You got a supervisor coming over as well as security. Good mechanical, but the way the operator was yelling, "Stop the lift," makes you wonder what else could it be. Let's see what's going on. All right, so it appears we got...
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for today.
All right, after about 13 minutes of waiting, the maintenance issue has been resolved and the coaster has resumed its operation. So a question I get regarding roller coasters is if a train gets stuck on a lift hill, why can't it just be lowered back down to the station? Well, that's because every coaster is equipped with anti-rollback systems. And how it works is that clinging sound you hear whenever a train is going up the lift hill is what's called a paw, hitting against each ratchet T. And as it hits down, it locks in one direction. So in case the train does stop, it prevents the train from rolling backwards, as you can see in the graphic. Thus, the only direction the train can go is up. Either up or disassemble the train to remove it from the lift hill. Dominator originally opened in 2000 as Batman Night Flight at Six Flags Worlds of Adventure before being relocated to Kings Dominion in 2008. Built by Moiga and Mobiar, when it opened, it features the largest loop of any coaster at 135 feet and is still the largest and slowest coaster in the world. Dominator features a height of 157 feet, drop 148 feet, speed of 67 miles per hour, and 5 inversions. After dominating the Dominator, it was time to do a little sightseeing on the Eiffel Tower.
When you were riding this elevator, this tower is 331.5 feet tall, making it the tallest attraction in the park. It is a 1/3 scale replica of the original Eiffel Tower, which stands at over 1,000 feet. We will be standing at a height of 275 feet, 10 feet higher than our other platform. And while you guys are up there, I'm going to have you follow a few rules for me. Please no running, jumping, eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping on the platform. You guys will be exiting to the door to my right and entering through the door to my left. There is a yellow line. I ask you guys stand behind it and line up in a single file line, wrapping around the tower. Does anybody have any questions before we go up?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I do have an operator up there on the platform if you have any questions.
What's going on, guys? Here at the Eiffel Tower. This is a 1/3 replica scale of the Eiffel Tower in France, built in 1975. This is the tallest attraction in all of King's Dominion, giving you a surround view of King's Dominion and the area around it, from Washington, D.C. to the north, in that direction, to Richmond to the south, in that direction.
Si ahorita él ya regresó para abajo a recoger más gente, si hay.
Maybe this is not probably the time for me to realize that I might be slightly afraid of heights. Grizzly opened in 1982 and is a custom-built wooden coaster based closely on the defunct Coney Island Wildcat. The coaster underwent major refurbishment in 2016, where 1,040 feet of track were redone, first drop increased from 45 to 55 degrees, and overall length of the ride increased to 3,162 feet. Grizzly creates an aura of mystery as virtually no portion of the ride is seen from park paths, as it is nestled deep into the backwoods of the park. After conquering the Grizzly, it was time for a Q&A with park management.
I feel like as park manager, I'm the same age as Rapterra now, so it's kind of exciting to celebrate her birthday and my anniversary.
So when the ride was built, and I don't know if this was at Jocko Lake or not, but when it came here, it was yellow there too?
Yeah.
Okay. It was the tallest loop of any, I guess of any coaster. And they wanted to highlight that. That is no longer the case now, and some of you guys may know the information better than I do, but I believe that at the time it was the tallest, so they again, highlighted different from the rest of the track. The previous trains were no longer able to be rebuilt because we do that every rehab season anyway. We've gotten to the point that they were 51 years old, I guess. And we weren't at that point to be able to do that. And then timelines. So we could make it happen, we believe, quicker than if we had ordered a train from UTC. Particularly in the time of year, like these are things that you get in queue, right? Other parks when you can order or buy trains, that type of thing. What's the deal with a lot of the AI merchandise?
I don't develop the merchandise anymore. I don't know that there's as much AI as we think, but what I would say is when we go out to develop art with our vendors, they develop the art, they show it to us, and then we kind of get the vision for what they're giving us and say, can you make it this ride? Can you make it a different color? Can you adapt it this way? So not to speak for our buyers, but maybe some of them aren't quite aware that it was AI to begin with. I know you guys are picking up on the mistakes right away. Yeah. I would also tell you that our buying team for the entire company is very small, and there are a lot of parks, and some of it is very nuanced, like does King's Dominion have an apostrophe or not? Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. I personally have accidentally approved a t-shirt before that said Twister Timbers instead of Twisted Timbers. I have approved a t-shirt for the Dominator that was not the Dominator in the picture. Maybe you guys remember this one. Somebody posted it online and like, this isn't even the Dominator, this is from another park. And I was like, it looked like the Dominator. So sometimes it's hard to catch all of those things. Again, I'm not developing anymore. We have a corporate team that's doing that for us. But I definitely see when y'all post about it online, and I feel bad. All right, who else has a question?
I just want to ask a follow-up. How do they decide to keep which merchandise to keep on the racks versus discard? Like the Millennium Force, the typo obviously had to be removed. But like the spike on Maverick, do they just say, well, it doesn't matter that there's no spike on the actual ride, we'll just keep it? Like how do they make those decisions?
First, we decide if you guys notice it or not notice it. It really boils down to how much have we already invested in it. Will people still want it? Sometimes people want that piece because it's unique or different, or there is a mistake on it, so it makes it a little more valuable. So why wouldn't I sell it if you guys will still enjoy it? But usually, if it's a very egregious error, we will remove it from the shelves. I know I pulled Twister Timbers down and took a hit on my P&L for about 360 t-shirts because I didn't catch that error in time. So it's really going to depend on how egregious the mistake is and do we think there's still a market value for it or not.
So I was down at the announcement for Tormenta. Anybody down there for that? Yeah? Did you get the t-shirt? Did anybody get that t-shirt? All right, I'm not telling you then.
You know they know people. You'll find out.
No, nobody caught it. Nobody. So I was talking to, I think, JV girls, and I said, I love your shirt. It's a collector's item. He looked at me, he's like, what are you talking about? Count seats.
I'll just leave it at that.
All right, true story. I bought a Val Raven t-shirt that had 7 seats across instead of 8. And sold it for the whole year, and I said it was our artistic interpretation. We are very interested in doing that. We just have to work around timing and funding and when is the right time that we might be able to do that. But we definitely know that she's the sore thumb that sticks out in the area. And we have some ideas, we just don't have a solid plan for it right now.
Okay, so higher level, they figure out where they want to spend money, which park's going to get a certain amount of money, when's the cadence, how often, that type of thing. Bigger parks, notice, get things maybe more often than medium-sized or smaller parks. Once they decide they're going to earmark this amount of money, then we have a CP, design group. That sometimes we contract people out, but they'll work on a design with the park, trying to figure out where's the location, which area, that type of thing. Maybe they already know that based on the ride that they want to put in. Working with the park, we'll design that, working on the theme, maybe around the ride, what the area might look like as well. And then it kind of goes to the park level where we get contractors involved and try to execute the idea.
That you have Rapterra and Pantherian, do you guys have any new projects in the works for the next few years?
Well, she says we can't share that. But to be honest, we don't right now. We just put in a big coaster last year, right? And I just said we're not one of the biggest parks, so we don't expect it next year or maybe even the year after, but we would love to have something soon, but that's up here. They're working through all of that. We're obviously a bigger company too, right? So they're really looking at all the different parks and who needs what as they go through the still integration of everything.
To be honest, while everyone wants something new all the time, we actually have a really good assortment of rides right now. Like the way that our coasters are laid out, the different types, design, heights. Like we're in a really good position for our ride package, so it's a little hard for us to complain because we're in such good shape.
But we want new stuff.
Oh yeah, always want the new. Not right now. To be honest, if we were going to go back into the Jungle Expedition area, it would probably be to touch the backlot stunt coaster before we built anything new in that part of the park. So the Fast Lane program, as you know, was Flash Pass on the Six Flags legacy side of our company, and we were on the wristband program on the Cedar Fair side of the company. So Carowinds and Kings Dominion were chosen to test moving a legacy Cedar Park onto the new platform. So once we determine the results of those tests, we'll determine if we'll be rolling it out to other parks on legacy Cedar or if we will revert back. So it's really just kind of seeing where we go.
Piggybacking off of the fast lane questions, you said that 2 legacy Cedar Fair parks were chosen to add that to the digital fast lane. What are you looking for on the management side that will make it go one way or another? Either we'll keep the wristband or we'll move the entire company into the digital form. Is there something you're looking for, or is it guest experience? Is it data collection?
So again, I can't speak for the corporate team, and it's ultimately their decision what rolls out at every part. I know for us, we're looking at adoption rate. Are we moving more units because more people are interested in using it on the new platform? Is there more ease of use? The new platform allows us to do the reserve system where you can hold your place and go do other things and then come back, or the ultimate where, as the old fast lane for us was, we would just get in line immediately. So it's allowing for a little bit of a different product mix and different experiences. So some of it is going to be guest feedback, some of it will be ultimately, are we getting more units in people's hands? We'll just have to see where we end.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Man, oh man, what a day today, right? We had a lot going on today. We started the day with the ERT, the exclusive ride times on Flight of Fear with the lights on. Special shout out to Kings Dominion for allowing that to happen. Really cool to see Flight of Fear with the lights on, different experience with that. We also had exclusive ride times on Rapterra to celebrate its 1-year anniversary. And as well as Pantherian, even though I didn't get you a POV of that, because that's literally a one and done for me. We went behind the scenes of Pantherian and Racer 75. We also went to behind the scenes behind Grizzly and Twisted Timbers. Was able to see remnants of Supersonic. So that was a really cool experience as well. And then we also had a Q&A with park management where a lot of topics were covered that you'll see. So we're here now, just got finished riding exclusively on Twisted Timbers. I'll run over to Grizzly before I leave out for today. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. There was a lot going on. We were able to see a lot of things that you normally wouldn't. Special thanks to the American Coast Enthusiasts for having us this weekend. And I really hope you guys enjoyed what you saw today. So be sure to like and subscribe, and look out for the next episode of Riding with Shaw. So until next time, ride on.